What is going on, everyone? Dark here, bringing you some free-for-all gameplay on the rig. And today, I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about how you guys can all improve in Halo 5 Guardians, specifically in the arena mode. But honestly, I feel like these tips kind of transition over well into really any Halo title. One of the first things that I will start off with, and one of the things that I think needs to really come back, is to use the in-game chat. Now, I know a lot of people like to play and jump on with their friends, and people have opted out of using Xbox Live Chat, and they use the party system, as well as using Skype to jump into calls with people they know, so they don't have to worry about strangers talking trash to them, or 12-year-olds, because, let's face it, this is Xbox Live. Overall, I feel like in-game chat is not really used well anymore, and I feel like it can, but it really just needs to be a decision from everybody in the game. If you're the only one using a microphone in your team, it is still an asset, and a great asset, to have on the team, especially when you can call out the whereabouts of the opponent and how much health they have. It doesn't matter how many people are using your mics. I've actually been in a situation where I was the only one using the microphone, but overall it helped out because I was able to call out opponents, especially when there was one near my teammate around the corner, or when they were behind my teammate as well. That's one of the biggest tips I can really give to you guys. In all honesty, I feel like in-game chat microphone usage should come back. Unless you're a team of 4, it really is a thing that needs to come back, and I don't feel like it should be forced on players to use in-game chat, but really it should come down to a choice and a decision, and hopefully a lot of people agree with me on that. But enough about that. The next biggest tip that I can give you guys, whether you have a great shot in the game or not, this is a good tip, is to take your time shooting. Halo 5 Guardians specifically has a lot less aim assists, so mid-range, close range, long range, it is going to be a lot tougher to hit your opponents when there is a lot less aim assists. Timing your shots with a pistol, even if it is a 5-shot kill, is still beneficial, especially if you can hit every single shot perfectly. There are some situations where shooting your gun as fast as possible isn't always efficient or the best decision either. And this next tip really comes down to an umbrellas under the taking your time while shooting tip, but also don't be afraid to use your assault rifle, especially when you don't have time to reload your main weapon. In this gameplay, I use my pistol a lot because this is one of the first games that I was playing, and honestly, I was just trying to get the hang of the aiming with the pistol, and really, I just wanted to make sure that I was getting all the shots done, whether I was shooting it fast or not. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I made, but in all honesty, it looked like it worked out in this gameplay. And for the most part, shooting your gun quickly will work out. But at the top level, it really matters how fast you shoot your weapon and how efficient you are at aiming. A split second in which you're not aiming on your opponent and you're rapidly firing your pistol can be detrimental and can actually lose you games sometimes. It can be big. I think it's something that you should really discipline yourself with in a Halo game in which you start off with a very solid weapon like the pistol. It is something to really consider. And this next tip is actually one of my favorite tips because this is Halo 5 Guardians and this is including mobility and Spartan abilities overall. Always look for new ways to engage your opponent. Halo 5 Guardians, like I stated, has a lot of new movement abilities with all the Spartan abilities, and even ground pound for movement is really interesting in this game. And Halo 5 is really all about changing up the way you fight against your opponent, having that dynamic 1v1 fight versus somebody, because you don't know whether he has thruster, whether he's going to thrust, or whether he's going to challenge you from behind that wall. One shot can actually make or break some games. So decision making is also a big key factor, but overall it still falls under always looking for new ways to engage your opponent. Let's say you are in a 1v1 situation, you hide behind the wall, you jump back out and you kill your opponent. The next time he engages you, he knows and he is conditioned to know that you are going to jump out and challenge him. But let's say you switch that up, you're thinking correctly, and hey, guess what? You have a microphone and your teammate is right next to you. You can get into that 1v1 situation, hide behind a wall, and say, hey, there's one guy around this corner, one shot. So you pull a good old switcheroo on your opponent, and guess what? Lo and behold, you're using your microphone efficiently, and you win the game. But that is pretty much all the quick tips that I really have for you guys today. Like I said, those are some week 1 tips. So overall, just a few things that you guys should really consider and look into when jumping into Halo 5 Guardians Arena Mode. So what do you guys think? Halo 5 Guardians is a completely different game. As you can see, the gameplay is a lot different than any other Halo title. I think the biggest takeaway from this is to always look for new and different ways to play the game. Not just in engagements, but always look for new jumps and overall a new way and a new mindset to play the game. Let me know in the comment section. I'd like to hear a little bit about what you guys think about these tips. And if you have some tips of your own, let me know as well, because I'm always looking to improve my gameplay. Like I said, I am not the best, but striving to be the best is always a great way to challenge yourself. And as always, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.